Lesson 8. The Preeminence of Christ. Have you ever thought about who Jesus really is? Is he just a good teacher, a prophet, or something much more? What if I told you that Jesus is not only God's Son, but also the creator of everything we see, and even the things we don't see? Today, we're going to explore why Christ has preeminence over all creation and why that matters for your life. Sabbath afternoon, lesson introduction. This week, we continue our study of Colossians. In previous lessons, we learned that God has rescued us from the kingdom of darkness and brought us into the kingdom of His Son. That rescue, or redemption, comes entirely through Jesus. He is not just a messenger. He is God, the Creator, and the one through whom all things were made. Our memory verse says, He, Christ, is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. For by Him all things were created that are in heaven and that are on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created through Him and for Him. And He is before all things, and in Him all things consist. Colossians 1:15-17, NKJV. As we move through this week, we'll learn why this truth is so important, not just for history or theology, but for our everyday life as Christians. Sunday, image of the invisible God. When we look in a mirror or at a photo, we see an image of ourselves. It's flat and limited. Even a sculpture is only a shadow of real life. But Jesus is the perfect image of God. He is God's nature made visible. John 14:9 says, He who has seen me has seen the Father. Jesus is the exact imprint of God's character. Through His words and actions, we see the Father's love, mercy, and wisdom. He reveals God in a way no one else can. He said, I and my Father are one, John 10:30, and no one comes to the Father except through me, John 14:6. Imagine the difference if Jesus were only a human being sent by God. Then redemption would depend on someone limited by time and power. But because He is God, eternal and all-powerful, His sacrifice is enough for everyone, for all time. Monday, firstborn over all creation. The term firstborn in the Bible doesn't just mean first in time. It means first in importance and preeminence. Even though Jesus was not created, He is called firstborn over all creation because everything was made through Him and for Him. Colossians 1:16-17 tells us He created everything, visible and invisible, including angelic powers. He existed before anything else and holds all creation together. Jesus is not only the Creator, but also the Redeemer. Nothing in the universe exists apart from Him. Think about it. God, the Creator, took on human form and died for us. What could our efforts ever add to that? Nothing. Christ's work is complete, perfect, and sufficient. Tuesday, head of the body, the church. Paul calls Jesus the head of the church, Ephesians 5:23. Just as the head controls and directs the body, Jesus leads, nourishes, and unites the church. 1 Corinthians 12:12-27 compares the church to a body. Each member is important, just as every hand, foot, and eye is vital for a person. Without the head, the body cannot function. Without Jesus, the church cannot thrive. Each of us has a role, and when we follow Him, the body works together in unity, love, and purpose. Think about it. If you had to give up a limb, it would be a big loss. This helps us understand how important every member is in God's family. Comment below, Christ, if you recognize Jesus as the head of your life and the church today. Wednesday, the beginning and initiator. Colossians 1:18 calls Jesus the beginning of creation and of the church. In Hebrew, the words for head and beginning are connected, showing that Jesus is the source, the initiator, and the one who sets everything into motion. He is also called the firstborn from the dead through his resurrection. That means he is the source of new life for everyone who trusts him. Jesus did more than create humanity long ago. He also recreated humanity through his victory over sin and death. By rising from the dead, he became the starting point for a new life. Just as the first domino begins a chain, Jesus begins the process of restoring and transforming everything in our lives. He is the leader, the ultimate example, and the one we follow in everything we do. Think about it. Every good thing in creation, every star, river, tree, and living being exists because of him. And every time we live in his love, obey his teachings, or help others, we participate in that same act of creation and renewal. Jesus is not only the originator of the church and the world, he is the one who continues to guide, strengthen, and recreate our hearts every day. Thursday, to reconcile all things. Colossians 1:19-20 tells us that the fullness of God dwells in Jesus. That means Jesus carries all of God's power, wisdom, and love. Through his death on the cross, Christ reconciles everything, heaven, earth, and all creation. The cross, once an instrument of shame and suffering, became the ultimate demonstration of God's love and power. Sin had brought chaos, separation, and hurt into the world. But Jesus' sacrifice makes peace possible. God risked everything to save the universe through Christ. Imagine the angels watching as God's plan unfolded. Their joy at the victory must have been beyond our understanding. When we see Jesus on the cross, we glimpse the depth of God's love for all beings, both visible and invisible. Reconciliation is more than forgiveness. It is a complete restoration of what sin broke. Through Christ, broken relationships, broken hearts, and even broken creation can be made whole. The cross shows us that God is not distant or uncaring. He is actively working to bring healing, peace, and unity to everything he has made. Friday, further thought. C.S. Lewis makes a powerful point. Jesus cannot be seen as just a great teacher. He is either Lord, the Son of God, or something entirely different and false. There is no middle ground. Jesus is pre-existent, eternal, self-existent, equal with God, and all-powerful. Ellen White emphasizes the same truth. Christ is the visible manifestation of the invisible God, carrying the fullness of God's nature. Jesus has always existed, yet through his incarnation, life, death, and resurrection, he earned preeminence as the head of humanity and the church. He is our creator, our redeemer, and our sustainer. Everything depends on him, and everything finds its purpose in him. This week, think about your own life. How can you let Jesus' preeminence guide your actions, thoughts, and relationships? How can you live in a way that honors him as the beginning, the reconciler, and the eternal Lord? Let his love and leadership shape everything you do. Support this channel and ministry to spread God's word using the link in the description. Together, we can share the message of Jesus' preeminence and his love with the world.